Heyo, Bolt here, and welcome to what's actually my first com on a repeat target. So for this, allow me to reintroduce Stargiant Productions, a cartoon reviewer who's also talked about Lily Orchard quite a bit. But unlike the last time I covered her, this actually has nothing to do with Lily. The video I'm talking about today is actually part of a whole new disaster that started when Stargiant Productions made a review on a DC Superhero Girls episode where she shit-talked the mysterious Mr. Enter and his crew for the first 6 minutes of it. And later on, Mr. Enter himself would make a video calling out Stargiant for the stuff she's done and said. After almost a month, Stargiant ended up making a response to that, and that is where I am now. You see, this video actually has a lot to rip into. And I mean a lot. But honestly, I don't think I'm the right person to cover the entire thing, given how much research and digging that need to be done, and the fact that I know there are people who would be much better at tackling this sort of thing. Now with that, you might be wondering, why am I covering this if I'm not responding to any of the main points? That's because there's one thing I specifically want to cover, and I think this can make for a good video to help others know when and when not to make skits/scripted narrative segments in YouTube videos. Now you might ask, wait, this video has scripted narrative segments and skits? Yes it does. These mainly consist of Stargiant talking to their previous co-op partner, Dashie the YTP. And for the record, Dashie, I'm sorry, I did not intend to cover you and Stargiant twice. I just so happen to have a problem with this video and these segments. I have no ill will towards you. So why don't we burn through the intro skit to get the gist of what specifically is wrong with these segments.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Toppins, 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 a bag. Hey Rebecca, it's time for the new Pixar path. Yo Rebecca, it's time for the new Pixar path.
It's not the first of the month.
What are you doing in there? Why are you in the void? Oh, it's about that Enter video, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Sure. I say a lot of things in my past that I am not proud of that I regret saying.
I can imagine.
Okay, so I think you might have noticed the first problem here. Heck, you probably noticed it when we were going over the initial context. That being that the context for using this kind of format here is utterly terrible. Now, there's no inherent problem with doing these kind of skits or narrative segments for videos. Heck, there's no problem with doing them for commentaries. I mean, I do the same thing. The only time I think they really shouldn't be used is when responding to a video directly talking about serious allegations sent towards you, especially if you're also trying to apologize for some of those things. So wait, that's exactly what you're doing! Of all the context to use an intro skit, this is the literal last kind of video you should use them for. In these types of videos, your goal is to be as upfront and honest as you possibly can when responding. With a clearly scripted intro segment where you talk to someone in a narrative-like structure, it can really muddle the honesty and urgency of this kind of video, since it can come across like you're trying to paint a narrative over the situation, which is only made worse by the potential emotional manipulation.
Why are you in the void? Oh, it's about that Enter video, isn't it? Just remember, Rebecca, sometimes apologizing isn't enough. Sometimes there are mistakes that you make that everyone won't forgive you for. Sometimes you can do your best and it won't always work out. Sometimes you might make a mistake and not realize it. Sometimes...
You can't always save everybody.
We all make mistakes, but we can either run from them or learn from them. You know, not everyone is going to believe in you, Rebecca.
True, but as the old saying goes, show, don't tell.
I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you're just depressed and stressed out by the situation, and didn't notice how this could come across. Maybe Dashie just wanted to be a good friend and help you out. Maybe this just went over your head. I don't want to assume the worst, but I can't ignore how this can come across given the context of the video. Because combining the crying, Dashie's emotional speeches, which again, to give the benefit of the doubt, I believe are genuine, and how these sort of things are intertwined with actual points,
and that made me have the logic of anyone cutting ties with me was an abuser. Can I say that I was wrong in thinking that? Can I say that I now know better from that mistake?
You know, not everyone is going to believe in you, Rebecca.
True, but as the old saying goes, show, don't tell. So that's why in my future, I'll actually be a better person and not the monster that I used to be.
I can see why anyone would find this emotionally manipulative, and that's a big problem. A massive problem, actually. Because to strengthen an earlier point, the scripted skit segments here feel like they're trying to create a narrative around the video and situation. And when a serious response video feels like you're trying to create a narrative around what it's covering, rewrite the entire thing. Because that's a textbook fail for honest responses. I should never, ever feel like a narrative is being spun on me when I'm watching a response to allegations. This is just a terrible move. I don't believe either of you are actively malicious in doing this, or at least I hope not. I just think this is a clear example of when not to use skits in these types of videos. This is the Firebolt, and I wish everyone a good day.